Annabelle story time. Welcome, guys. Today I'm reading the story of Spider-Man. This is a new YouTube video I'm so excited to film. I'm gonna read how Peter Parker became Spider-Man. All right, let's read. The story of Spider-Man. Peter Parker was an average teenager who went to Midtown High School in New York City. He lived in Queens with his Aunt May and Uncle Ben until he was accidentally bitten by a radioactive spider. He was just like everybody else. In fact, he had it harder than a lot of other kids did. Peter was very studious and was one of the smartest kids in his school. But he wasn't very athletic, and he was often bullied by the kids at Midtown High. Let's turn the page. Okay. Whoosh! One bully always seemed to find Peter and torment him. This bully was Flash Thompson. Hey, you dropped your books, Peter heard Flash say to him as he walked in. No, I didn't, replied Flash. Peter replied. Flash pushed him to the ground. Peter's books and papers fell around him. The school might be tough for Peter, but he was happy at home. He loved his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. His Uncle Ben always told Peter that he was going to do something special with his life. You are so smart, you can do anything. Thanks, Uncle Ben. Just want to be a scientist, Peter would say humbly. A scientist is a very important job. Peter, science is a power, and you should always remember, with great power comes great responsibility. You say that all the time, Uncle Ben. How can I forget? So there's Peter Parker with the fork, and Aunt May is standing behind him, and the one next to him is Uncle Ben. One day, Peter's life changed. On a school trip to the science hall, Peter was excited to see the scientists at work. He was so distracted by the exhibit, he didn't even notice a spider passed through. Radioactive waves head toward him. Radioactive spider bit Peter. He didn't have a clue what an amazing impact it would have on his life. Peter Parker will never be this. So you see, right there, the spider is passing through, and then the spider's on him, and he's like this. Ah! Oh my gosh. Adapted many characteristics of a spider. He could cling to walls. He was very strong, and he also had a spider sense. That meant Peter was able to detect things that were going to happen. These skills were made Peter very bad. He wanted to keep his identity a secret, so he created a costume. Peter worked hard to figure out how to use these new skills. Using his chemistry set, he made webs, tried shooting them in his bedroom. This is tougher than I thought, Peter said to himself. Once I get the hang of this, I'll be able to do great things. Like all teenagers, Peter wanted to make money. He put on his new Spider-Man costume and started to wrestle for cash. Since he had all these, he could beat all the other wrestlers. One night, after a fight, he wrestled Peter wrestled was being robbed. Since Peter and the owner didn't get along, Peter didn't help the owner catch the criminal. As now, when Peter got home, he found out that a robber killed Uncle Ben. Aunt May was so devastated. So was Peter. The police officer told Peter not to let the criminal cornered at an old warehouse. Peter excused himself and went upstairs. Peter suited up in his Spider-Man costume. He swooped over to avenge his uncle. At last, Peter arrived at the warehouse. The thief was stunned, and Spider-Man sprung into action. As Spider-Man shot a web, he trapped the crook, and he got a good look at him and realized he was the same criminal he had let escape from a wrestling match. The only had to stop him that he had only not acted so selfishly. Peter followed up to help others and never let anything like this happen again. Just a month ago, he would have been busy selling in his bedroom, Aunt May, Uncle Ben's house, but not in his bedroom. At Aunt May's Uncle Ben's house, I not know. Peter remembered his words. There's Uncle Ben used to say, with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben was his role model. The next day, the kids at school started to talk about Spider-Man. You don't listen to them in the hall. I think he's okay, I said as he looked an article about Spider-Man. He was just trying to help the city. If only Flash knew that Peter was Spider-Man that night. Peter heard. Spider-Man heard about the criminal on the loose in Manhattan. He swung across the bridge into the street to find Spider-Man. He felt confident because he had worked very hard as perfecting his abilities. He caught the criminal, sure Spider-Man was getting lots of attention. And Peter wasn't about money or fame or any reward a child could give him. Peter wanted to tell others. Please stop it. Last page, guys. Peter Parker might seem like a normal teenager, but there's a part of him that makes him extremely special. He's a superhero and can sail buildings, and he can scale buildings and spin them. He's an amazing Spider-Man. Okay, guys, don't forget to link down in those comments, and don't forget, this is the new YouTube video. Bye!